It's a lovely day in the UK, which is not a sentence I often find myself saying. So, I need to come up with something to do, right? And I've thought, I want to go somewhere with grass, which is pretty easy because there's grass everywhere, but I'm thinking, I'm going to go to Bakewell and find the best Bakewell Tart. Now listen, right, I have it on good authority that a Bakewell Tart is your mum when she's in Bakewell. No, it's not. A Bakewell Tart is like not the thing with the icing and the cherry on top of it. It's like a type of pudding, I think, with like almonds and shit on it. And obviously the Bakewell Tart comes from Bakewell. Although, do you know what, actually, I'm sure I'm going to have someone commenting saying like, no, the Bakewell Tart's actually from Slough. I'm going to go and grab every Bakewell Tart that I can find. The little ones, not the big ones, because I know Bakewell is a tourist area and I feel like they're going to be very expensive. We're going to go and grab a bunch of little Bakewell Tarts, might have a pint, maybe some fish and chips, maybe find a river, a little bit of grass, British countryside. Do you know what as well? It's actually so sunny today, I might be able to bring out the different hat. We're dropping the beanie and we're bringing out the fisherman's hat. For some reason, my allergies are actually going mad today, so I might have to grab some allergy tablets, and this is the vibe that we're shooting for. I'm giving like Undertaker, except instead of tombstoning you, I'm gonna pound a bunch of Bakewell Tarts. Do you know what? I think I actually look better down here. Like if I film like this is like more like where my head would be. You know what I mean? Makes me look slimmer. I think we might do this, you know? Makes the hat look less ridiculous as well. In case anyone didn't know, I'm actually 7 foot tall, is why people keep asking me if I'm a basketball player. So like if the angle's weird, it's because unlike you mere mortals, I'm literally a giant, a god amongst men. Hold on, should we just do like a Bakewell fit check real quick? Can you tell me if I look like a tourist ready to scran some Bakewell Tarts? Hold up. You won't stay straight. Hey ho, what's that saying? I feel like I've got to lock in here. I'm like Colin McRae on these roads, hopefully without the fiery death. Also, do you know what? Cotswolds Glazers, you're actually wrong. The best looking part of England is by far the Peak District, and I will not have any other opinion. Alright, I've made it, and I almost died only like twice, so I reckon that's quite good, to be fair. But like, look at this puddle. Like, because the thing is, one thing about me is I do not pay for parking. I could never pay for parking. It's simply not going to happen. So we're just going to park like in the middle of nowhere on this road and then like trek in. I mean, it's not really a trek. It's like 10 minutes. I think I'm just going to walk around and like see anywhere that sells like a Bakewell Tart and buy one. And then I'm going to find a field and scran them all one by one. Oh, I was supposed to bring a pen with me so I knew which one was which. How am I going to remember? I could hold them in order in my hands, maybe. Some absolute gaffs. I'd like to come and stay here in summer, to be fair. Like a little Airbnb thing. See what it's like to live in the wilderness, you know? Like Rambo. Also, once again, this area, like, it genuinely smokes the Cotswolds. I won't have any Peak District slander. Not on my channel. Dude, what the f*** is this? It's kind of mad. They're like trading cows and somewhere. Right, I've actually just found the nicest co-op in all of the United Kingdom. That's insane. It's like the Acropolis of co-ops. The ancient Greeks would see this and they'd fear us, I can't lie. Bakewell cheese shop, Bakewell Tart, £4.50 each. That's actually a madness, like they better be massive for £4.50. Right, I've acquired the first one. I don't really have high hopes for this one, because like, it's a chain, and you guys know how I feel about chains. So I'm gonna stick that in my pocket and then go grab some more. Right, second one acquired. That's from Bloomer's Bakewell. We've got the branding on this one, so I'm not going to forget which this is. It is mad busy here today, it's actually crazy. Right, so I've just hit up the Bakewell Tart shop, which is that one, and I'm not going to lie, this kind of looks like, oh, you can't see me, I'm not going to lie, this kind of looks like the deadest one yet. Like, the pastry to fill-in ratio, it doesn't really seem like it's there, but I'm going to see what it's saying when I eat it. Right, there's so many bikes around today, it's actually mad. I've got one more place to hit up. And then I'm gonna go and scran them, because like, I feel like you can probably get one from everywhere here, but I'm not really trying to buy like 10, because that'd be a bit ridiculous. Don't know what I'm gonna do with the leftovers as well. Might find like a homeless person. I am of course capping, because Bakewell doesn't have any homeless people. At least I imagine if it does, they probably shoot them or something. Do you know what a nice place this is. I couldn't live here because, like, I mean, like, they ain't like a Mackey's and shit, but like, I can see why people would. Right, that's the last one finished. That was Bakewell Pudding Factory and Parlour and Shop. And I've got like 5 of these bad lads now. Like, it's going crazy. There's 4 here, and I've got 1 more to get, and then we're done. Right, I found a chill little spot, somewhere to relax. Little riveting here, you know, little hut. I can't do this like next to people, because like every single time I whip the camera out, we'll start eating. People start staring, and it gets a little bit disturbing. Right, so we're starting with, what have we got here? The Bakewell Tart shop of Bakewell, which I guess they have to specify, just in case you didn't know where you are. What's this one saying? Oh, this is the one that looks anemic. Like, this is the worst looking one out of all of them. So sorry, Bakewell Tart shop, if you're watching this, but like the filling to pastry ratio, it does look a little bit off on this one. Right, it kind of looks like it's got like bits of the oven in it as well. But then again, this is one of the more traditional ones. So let's see what it's saying. I feel like I can only really take 1 bite out of all of these because I do have like 5 of them to eat. That was a big bite. Possibly too big. I take back everything I said. It's actually delicious, to be fair. Maybe I'm just hungry because I've not eaten anything yet, but... That's actually banging. Fair play to them. Right, next we've got the Bakewell Pudding Parlour. Again, another OG in the Bakewell pudding game. Like, these guys have been doing it. They've been doing it for time, since... It doesn't actually say. I feel like they're missing out, not saying how long they've been doing it for on there, but you know what? Branding's on point. Whoa, watch the bag. The bag. It's also quite windy. Do you know what? It's actually not that warm as well, to be fair, but at least we've got sun. Anyway, what's this one? Bakewell Pudding Parlour. This is like, it's like star-shaped, which I kind of like. We've got something different, because all of them are circular, and this is the only star-shaped one we've got. Oh. I mean, I need a second bite of this one, chap. Oh, we've got jam in it. Are they all supposed to have jam in them? I've been had. This one, I mean, the Bakewell Pudding Parlour, I got to put second. The Bakewell Tart shop's currently first. Bakewell Pudding Parlour second. I'm the biggest fan of this. It tastes like, it's kind of salty. Right, next one we've got is the chain one, which is the Cornish place, which we don't fuck with, you know, because like, by the way, if you're from Cornwall and you want independence, you ain't never gonna get it. We're keeping you guys. Anyway, we got the chain one, which to be fair, this one looks quite good. Traditional. Pastry does look a little bit dry, and I don't see it being as good as the previous one. Look, no, not the previous one. I don't see it being as good as the first one, because the previous one was kind of ass, I can't lie. Like, Bakewell pudding, whatever, you guys need to up your game. Anyway, this is the Cornish chain place, I don't know. No. Now this one tastes like, chap, like it's been cooked adjacent to the Stilton pie, because I don't know whether it's the association, but I'm getting like mild cheese flavour. Like I'm getting like blue cheese flavour, and like I say, maybe it's just remembering the smell in the place, but I feel like it's got like wafts of like Stilton in it. I could be capping. I like it though. I do like it's adding complexity, but not necessarily in a good way. I'll tell you what though, the jam situation in this one. There's some jam. They've been fucking me this far, but this one. Oh, you know what? I take it back. I take it back. I think this might go second, which I don't want to do. I'm getting kind of attacked by crows at the minute. What the fuck was that? I didn't want to put this one high because I was like, it's a chain and I don't rate chains. Cook/Eat does not rate chains. But you know what? I want more. No. The Cornish place, the chain, this one's banging. And I think it was the cheapest at like $2.75 as well. Probably because they're independent, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're hooking up a good Bakewell tart. Do you know, we kind of look like crackheads, which is fine because realistically, I think Bakewell needs a crackhead presence as someone from North Staffordshire. Right, next one, we've got Bloomers, which I don't know if they're traditional. They say this is traditional. This looks like the most polished out of all of the offerings we've got. Like if you look at this one, it's like circular, cooked. Pastry looks kind of dead, but we'll see what it's saying. This one's wet, which is kind of getting me going a little bit. Like, I'm imagining it like, she's nice and moist. I feel like this might go first. If they've got flavour, this might go first. Oh. Right, I can't explain it, but the texture of this, there's something not right here. Like, how is it wet but also dry? Bloomers, you got up your game. I ain't into this. I don't know if you can see that. It's like so thick. And I'm getting like, not like baking powder, but something a bit weird. This is going, where did I just rate that previous one? Previous one was second, yeah, so Bloomers, you're currently in last place. I'm sorry. No. This feels like the only one that I'm putting in the bin out of all of them. Last one, we've got the old Bakewell Tart something. The one that's like on the main street that like everybody goes to, like the busiest one basically. This is also the most anemic, and I feel like it was probably also the most expensive. Look at the size of this. Like, that's very small, very small. It's also, the ratio, £3. That's ridiculous. Like, so this was £3 for this, like, I mean, I know I have quite a large hand, but I'm telling you this is tiny. £3 for this one. Do you know what though, like I say, it does look the most, this looks the most like homemade, like as if you made this at home. That's what homemade means, you absolute idiot. Anyway. Oh. Oh. Okay, so first of all, oh. Oh. The pastry's good on this one, but like, the jam's like piss. Like, it's so thin and a bit sickly as well. I quite like with the other ones how they had that like savouriness to them, even the one that tasted like blue cheese. This one's going second to last, the old Bakewell Tart, whatever the fizz. Right, this has gone, it's gone off kilter. But the Bloomers one is going last. That's actually ass. Don't get that one. The chain is better. This one, old Bakewell geezer, it's like so wet. There's like hardly any of the actual tart filling. And the jam, I'm gonna have to have another bite to explain it. It tastes like the jam out of something. It's giving Mr. Kipling again. It's giving Mr. Kipling. Right, so ranking time. In first place, we've got the Bakewell Tart Shop one. This is the one that's like, it's kind of thick, got a bit of chew to it, chock full of filling. Fuck all jam, but then I feel like the ones that had a lot of jam in them were actually, like, the jammy ones were like the worst ones out of all of them. Bakewell Tart Shop, you're taking the dub today. In second place, I think it's gonna have to be the chain, the Cornish place. That one was actually banging. It did taste a little bit like cheese, but weirdly that elevated it. I don't know. And the jam to filling ratio was like perfect, like not too much pastry. Pastry's really flaky. Second place for that one. Third place was the star-shaped one from the Bakewell Pudding Parlour. That one was quite good. Again, big OG in the game, been running it since time back in day. And then fourth place, we've got the OG of OGs, the one that's supposed to be like the absolute banger, which was kind of horrendous, I can't lie. So I would say past the first two, I just wouldn't fuck with any of these. And then last place, easily last place, easily. We've got this fucking Bloomers one that literally tastes like something. It tastes like something they would serve like in primary school. Right, I can only finish one of these bad lads, because obviously I'm not trying to eat 5 Bakewell Tarts in the middle of the day. I mean, I guess like some of you might be prone to doing that, but that's not really what I'm feeling. So I can only finish one. Which one am I going to finish is the question. I feel like, well, I mean, obviously it's going to be the number one. It's going to be the number one, which is, you think I would remember this from a second ago, the Bakewell Tart Shop, Bakewell Pudding, 18 Matlock Street, Bakewell, Derbyshire, bakewelltarts.co.uk. This one, absolutely delicious, honestly. Again though, no jam. They've stiffed me on the jam. No. I've eaten so much of them. I don't think I can finish this one either, to be honest with you. These are the sickliest things in existence. I came, I saw, I conquered, tried all the Bakewell Tarts, except maybe like a couple. If anybody's seen my train of thought, please, like, take me to it. I found my favourite one. Will I eat these again? Probably not, because honestly I'm more of a savoury guy, but do you know what? I've never had a legitimate Bakewell Tart in my entire life, so, you know, you've got to try new things. Right, how do you end a video? Right, and now it's fantastic, because it literally looks like I look like Heisenberg. Heisenberg. It literally looks like I'm myself from where I was sitting.